Well, I hadn't made a video in quite a while, so I figured maybe I better make one before I forget how. So the subject for today is my little 5045E with a 512 loader, and correcting an engineering mistake. That little tractor is a little bit different from one that you usually see on the yard because it doesn't have ag tires on it. It has the construction tires on it, front and back, because we bought that little tractor for one specific purpose, and that was to take the bundles off the back of the bale bearing and run them up a ramp and put them in and stack them inside a trailer. Well, there is a height restriction, so we wanted to get the tractor as close to the ground as we could get it, so John Deere spec'd it out to what we wanted. We wanted it with the canopy, and so they delivered. We've had the little tractor about 4 years, I think, and it's worked flawlessly. It's done everything we've asked it to do. It lifts, it moves, and it's not hard to operate. But the problem I have with it is the joystick controls. Well, whatever engineer spec'd out what it takes to operate the mid valve underneath the tractor from the joystick must have had his head in his armpit when he spec'd it out, because the cables are too short. It's got to go through the floorboard, go down, and make a 90-degree turn to go to the valve underneath the floorboard. Well, after we had the tractor about 1 year, we were loading a trailer with it, and all of a sudden the bucket control didn't work anymore. Joystick kind of fell from side to side. So we took the cover off and took the cable out, and come to find out, right where that cable makes that bend to go to that valve, the cable had broke. It's okay, no problem. We called a John Deere place and said, yeah, we got one of those cables in stock. So we run and got it, come back, took about 30 minutes to put on. It ain't hard to put on. And little tractor went back to work. Well, it lasted for about a year. Then, same thing occurred. So, called up the John Deere place. Yep, we got that cable. So I run and got it and put it on. Well, here about 2 weeks ago, it did it again while we were loading the trailer. So I said, you know, there's got to be a remedy to that problem, because I'm getting tired of putting that cable on. So we've got a 5075 that has a loader on it, and the parts, after some research with on the John Deere parts website, I deduced that the internal workings and the mounts and all that for the joystick and the cables on the 5075 were identical to the attachment points and cables on the 5045. The only difference being that the cable was about 2 foot longer, maybe a little bit longer. So I said, okay. So I called up the John Deere place and said, nope, we ain't got that cable. I don't even know where we can get one. I said, well, eBay's got 5 of them. You better get one in a hurry, because I can have one here in about 10 days. So I gave them the part number for the 5075, and in about 6 days they called me up and said, hey, we got the cable. So I went over there and got them, and we put them on here a couple of days ago. And the difference is that when that cable goes through there, it can make a long sweeping turn instead of a direct 90-degree turn to hook up to the valve assembly. So the cables on the 5075 been on there since we got it, so obviously the longer cable must work better. So that's my corrective action on the little tractor. Other than that, everything else on the little tractor is fine. It does what we want it to do. So everybody take care, have a nice day, and if you have any problems with that, if you've got a 5045 or a 5065 or a 5055, they all use the same cable. And it'll be a short one. And if it's breaking, the number is SJ291296. And the cable should work. Just make sure that the attachment points are basically the same. Do some research, and that'll solve that problem of that cable breaking. You folks have a nice day. Take care, and look for me when you see me.